Hello students, in this video we will be learning about the basics of quadrilateral. So what is a quadrilateral? First of all, let's break down the name quadrilateral. So we'll break it down into two, quadri and lateral. Quadri means four from the word quad and lateral means sides. So quadrilaterals refer to a four-sided figure, not any four-sided figure, but it should be a closed four-sided figure. For example, this is also a four-sided figure and this is also a four-sided figure, but this is a quadrilateral and this is not a quadrilateral. Because for a quadrilateral figure it is necessary that it should be a closed figure. It should be a polygon. What a polygon? Polygons are closed figures with many sides, more than one side. Over here we have four sides, so it's four-sided, but it is a closed figure. Only then we call it as a quadrilateral. Okay, so quad means four and lateral means sides. Now we'll draw a quadrilateral and we'll see what does a quadrilateral actually have. Okay, so I'll just erase this part and we'll draw a proper quadrilateral. Okay, and we'll give it a name A, B, C and D. Now in this quadrilateral, this is a closed figure. It is four-sided. Now let us see what we can see over here. Can we see over here four vertices are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has got, we'll list them down over here. So it has got four vertices. Fine. For a single point we call it as a vertex, but when it is plural we call it vertices. So there are four vertices. Okay, so A, B, C and D, and we'll list them now. Which are they? A, B, C and D. These are the four vertices. Then how many sides do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 and 4. We list them down. Four sides. And which are they? AB, then we have BC, we have CD and we have DA. Fine. How many angles do we have? So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 and we have 4. So we have 4 angles in a quadrilateral. Which are they? Angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Now a quadrilateral also has got two diagonals. What are diagonals? These are called diagonals, which a line which joins opposite vertices this way. Okay, so we have got two vertices, so two diagonals. So list them down. Diagonals BD we can say and AC. So you see, any quadrilateral will always have four vertices, four sides, four angles and two diagonals. Now we'll list down which are the opposite sides, opposite angles, adjacent sides and adjacent angles of a quadrilateral. We'll use the same figure and we'll list down first which are the opposite sides. So opposite sides would be which one? AB and DC. So AB and DC, one of them. Then we have AD and BC and AD and BC. So these are your opposite sides of this quadrilateral. Which are your opposite angles? Opposite angles. We have A and C. So angle A and angle C, and the other one would be angle B and angle D. Angle B and angle D. Now coming to our adjacent sides. Adjacent sides means what? Sides which are next to neighboring sides. So if we take AB, okay, which are the adjacent sides to AB? So we can say AB and BC. AB and BC, which is the other neighbor or like the other arm, which is AB and AD. So AB and that is my and AD. Then this was for side AB. What about BC? Okay, then you have BC. For BC, it would be BC and AB. Now this has already been listed down over here, so we will not write it again. But we have BC and CD. So BC and CD. Then again, for CD, which one do we have? We have BC and CD, but that is already listed down here. So which is the other side? CD and AD. So CD and AD. And for AD, we have AD and CD already listed down over here, and AD and AB, which we have already listed. So these are your adjacent sides. Which are your adjacent angles? Okay, adjacent angles. Again, adjacent angles will be neighboring angles. So angle A and angle B, angle A and angle B on this side. On this side it is angle A and angle D. Then similarly for angle B, it would be angle A, which is already listed down, and angle C. Angle B and angle C. And for angle C, it would be angle B, which is already listed down, and angle D. Angle C and angle D. Okay. Angle D we don't have to write anymore because angle D has neighbor with angle D, C, which is listed down here, and angle A, which is already listed down over here. So these are your opposite sides of a quadrilateral, opposite angles of a quadrilateral, adjacent sides of a quadrilateral, and adjacent angles of a quadrilateral. Now coming to one main property, though there are many properties of a quadrilateral and it varies from one type of quadrilateral to another, one fundamental property which is applicable for all types of quadrilaterals is this, that just like in triangles, how we have the sum of all angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Here we have 4 angles. So the sum of angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D will always be equal to 360 degrees, which means the sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is always equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so we call this property as sum of all angles of a quadrilateral. Just like how we used to say in the triangles chapter, sum of all angles of a triangle, this is a property of quadrilateral where the sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360, wherein in triangle it was 180 degrees. But you must remember, in triangle there were only 3 sides, whereas in quadrilateral we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 sides altogether. Now quadrilaterals are of various types. Basically they are of 6 main types, and that depends on whether their sides are equal to each other, whether the sides are parallel to each other, depends on whether the angles are equal, the adjacent angles are equal, or the opposite angles are equal, or whether the angles form 90 degrees or not. Okay, so we'll list down the different types of angles in this video, and then we'll speak about in details. We'll go through each and every type of quadrilateral that we list down in this video in another video. Okay, so first let us list down the 6 main types of quadrilaterals. So the 6 main types that are listed over here, we have trapezium, parallelogram, rectangle, square, rhombus and kite. Now what we'll do is we'll draw a diagram for each one of them, that is a trapezium, and then few points will list down under each one of them to actually showcase what makes them different from the other types of quadrilateral. So let's begin with the trapezium first. So this is how a trapezium looks. Okay, if you notice over here, only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. That means they do not meet each other. We'll look into trapezium, parallelogram, rectangle, square, rhombus and kite in details in our next video. Here we are just comparing the figure, how they look like, and one main point that distinguishes them or gives them that identity, that it is a trapezium or a parallelogram or a rectangle or a square or rhombus or a kite. Let's go next to the parallelogram. Next we have parallelogram, where you can see that the opposite sides are parallel to each other. They are also equal to each other. So you can say that this side is equal to this side is equal to this side. Okay, so that is a parallelogram. The word parallelogram itself suggests that things have to be parallel in this figure. Next is a rectangle. The word rectangle suggests that all the angles of this type of quadrilateral are right angles. So this is 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. And if you add them all together, then you will get 360 degrees, as we had just learned. Coming to the square. Square has all four sides which are equal to each other. So if we take this side is equal to this side, equal to this side, equal to this. So all four sides are equal and all four angles are equal to each other. In fact, they also come to 90 degrees. But this is the main distinguishing feature of a square, that all sides and all angles are equal in a square. Next we have the rhombus. In a rhombus, if you look at the dotted lines, it shows you that the diagonals bisect each other. Now mind you, I have listed down one main point in each figure. That doesn't mean that these are the only points or these are the only distinguishing features of these particular figures. There are other points as well that we will list down in the next video. This is just to give you, the moment you look at a figure, the first thing that should come to your mind is, are these points that I have listed down for each one. Just the one main point that should strike your mind the moment you see that type of a figure. For example, if you look at the trapezium, the opposite sides, only one pair is parallel. For a parallelogram, opposite sides have to be parallel and equal. For a rectangle, all four sides are right angle. Then for a square, then all four sides and angles are equal. And for a rhombus, that diagonals bisect each other. That doesn't mean that the properties will not overlap, meaning there will be properties that will be shared by one type of triangle with another type, one type of quadrilateral with another type of quadrilateral. Okay, remember, at the end of the day, they are all four closed four-sided figures. That means all of them are what? They are quadrilateral. So it is understandable that they will share some properties. They are part of a family. Consider this as their ancestor or their head of the family, and these are their children. So the children will definitely have similarities with each other. They will share, like how you may have similarities with your brothers or sisters or your cousins. Okay, but they also have a distinguishing feature that you come to know apart from their name. These are their names, but apart from their names, there will be certain the way they behave or the way they look or the way they dress up, that actually separates them or distinguishes them from each other, from one another. Okay, so similarly we have this quadrilaterals. Coming to the last one, that is the kite. The kite looks something like this, and it says one pair of adjacent sides are equal, which means these are your adjacent sides, but one pair. Okay, these two are also adjacent sides, but they are not equal to each other. So only one pair and not more than one. These two are equal to each other and these two are equal to each other. But it is hard to miss a kite figure when you see one. Everybody has seen a kite or flown a kite, so we know what a kite looks like. Okay, this is not what a kite looks like. A kite is something like this with a tapering end or a long end. So you cannot miss the kite. It is easy to distinguish from one another, even from the figure. So these are your 6 quadrilaterals, or the types of quadrilaterals that are separated or distinguished or classified based on the features that they have, or the characteristics that they have, that is based on their sides, angles and diagonals. Okay, now this is all that we have in this video. So if you have liked this video, please click the like button, share it with your friends and classmates. Please subscribe to the channel and do not forget to click on the bell icon to receive notification whenever new video is posted. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.